Welcome back to my channel. It's Black History Month, February 3rd. Um, I would like to say congratulations to Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes made history, the third third African American quarterback to win the Super Bowl. Woohoo! So today, with this installment for Black History Month, African American History Month, whichever you want to go by, we have the Honorable Marcus Garvey, nicknamed the Black Moses, for what he has done. He has led the largest organized mass movement in American history, and he is remembered primarily as the creator and most vocal proponent of the Back to Africa movement that swept the world after World War One. Remember World War One, 1914 to 1918. We did not get involved until 1917. So he galvanized his race in a program of self-help, and African nationalism. So, in contrast to W.E.B. Du Bois, which will be on the next video, who focused on the talented 10th, uh, Marcus Garvey focused on the untalented 90th, offering them hope for a better life. So, Marcus Garvey immigrated from Jamaica. He came to Harlem in 1916. And he had awakened a race consciousness that made Harlem felt around the world. Harlem was the center of African American art, music, literature, everything. If you wanted anything African American at the time, you had to go to Harlem. Harlem is still the place to be. He is the only man that has ever made Negroes who are black not ashamed of their color. So that goes with colorism. He tried to solve that issue. So many prominent members of the talented 10th and the NAACP despised him because of the things they wore. They didn't like the uniforms and the titles that members of Marcus Garvey's group had received. So they would look like this. Marcus Garvey right there. You have one of his officers right there. So part of Garvey's plan was to establish in Africa a nation of descendants of slaves. In 1919, he found his own shipping line called the Black Star Line to take African Americans back to Africa as well as allow black people on either side of the Atlantic to exchange goods and services. Money is always an issue, so that was an issue. It was really an issue. He had no support from anyone. He tried to do it on his own. No one man can do it on their own. So the line was overwhelmed by financial obligations and mismanagement, causing it to fail before a voyage was ever completed. Well, with the support of the NAACP, the United States government indicted Garvey on charges of mail fraud stemming from Garvey's stop promotions of the Black Star Line. The pressure from this indictment pushed Garvey into a fatal mistake. He needed support from someone, so who comes? One of your enemies. Well, an enemy of your enemy is your friend. So we have the pressure from this indictment pushed him into that fatal mistake. In June of 1922, Edward Young Clark, the active imperial wizard of the Ku Klux Klan in Atlanta, Georgia, saw out and offered Garvey and his organization financing help, exploiting the Klan's desire to get rid of America. No, exploiting the Klan's desire to rid America of blacks. When news of this meeting became public, outrage was almost universal among blacks. They did not like that, and that he, being who he is, met with an imperial wizard of the Ku Klux course, he was indicted on those charges, and after spending 33 months in federal prison, Garvey was deported to Jamaica and never allowed to return to America. He named the Black Star Line after Frederick Douglass, which will be another name that we will go over, or a person that we will go over. W.E.B. Du Bois will be another one. Maybe we'll add an author like Wallace Thurman. There'll be a lot for this month. So this is the first installment. Marcus Garvey, the Black Moses. You have Harriet Tubman. Harriet, they called her Moses also. But the difference is he's the Black Moses, Jamaica, and we are